I mean, Islam did this it did it everywhere. You have to understand that from the 7th century after the Prophet, in 100 years, it moved from Saudi Arabia, Mecca and Medina. It had moved to China. It had moved that much in 100 years. Okay, it had taken over Turkey, taken over Central Asia, taken over the northern part of India, had gone all the way down into
Mongolia.
No, Asia. So how does it get to Malaysia and Indonesia? But when you look at a mosque in Malaysia and Indonesia, you get sloping roof mosques. When you look at it in Kerala, you get tiled roof mosques. You don't get the same mosque with domes that you get in the desert. Our idea of a mosque is desert climate mosque. And if you ask me, that comes from Roman architecture. It comes from the basilicas of the Romans because it was taken over by the Muslims, and those structures, the Roman basilicas, were transformed into mosques. Churches were transformed into mosques in the early part of the Islamic movement. And new mosques were built. But they always, because it was a nomadic culture, the Bedouins of Saudi Arabia, I think it's Bedouins, of that region, they were horsemen and they moved. Where Islam went, adopted the language of the architecture that existed into its system. So the system of Islamic architecture is very abstract. It is that you need a sacred ground. So you need a plinth and a courtyard. You need a wall which faces Mecca, and there needs to be a marker in that wall, which is the Mihrab, to the direction of Mecca. It is the geometric formulation that every mosque in the world is pointing to Mecca that makes it a mosque, not its style. So I can have an arch, I can have a flat, I can have a concrete mosque. There's this beautiful mosque in Dhaka built by Marina Tabassum, which is in all brick. And it has none of the kind of language of the mosques with domes, and completely modern. So I can take the language or the construction techniques that exist and still articulate a mosque in that. That was the idea. I need the courtyard. I need the san, as it's called. I need the wall, the mihrab wall. I need the mihrab. I need some amount of enclosure.